All right, so this week marks 100 years since one of the worst acts of racial violence in American history. It's the Tulsa Race Massacre. You probably heard a lot about it this week. So we want to take a minute and talk about what happened. Between May 31st and June 1st, 1921, a white supremacist mob raged through the Greenwood community in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which was a thriving black community known as Black Wall Street. They set fire to nearly every building, including a dozen churches, 5 hotels, 31 restaurants, 4 drugstores, 8 doctor's offices, more than 24 grocery stores, and the Black Library. As many as 300 people were killed, 10,000 were left homeless, and one of the country's most prosperous black communities was burned to the ground, never to return. For years, the massacre went unknown to the general public. There's no record of exactly how many people died or what happened to their bodies, who were the white perpetrators, or what exactly happened to the man who was the catalyst for the massacre. The Washington Post has a profile on him that we think is worth your time, because it turns out he may have fled to the Oregon coast. The man's name was Dick Rowland. He was a black teenager accused of attacking a white teenage girl, and that's what set off the mob. She later recanted her story and disappeared from the area. As for Rowland, according to the Washington Post, he was able to get out of Tulsa during the massacre and eventually found work in shipyards on the Oregon coast. A family friend says he may have been killed in a port explosion in the 1960s. But his name doesn't appear in records of the explosion because he likely had changed his name by then. All right, so again, on this day, 100 years later, we just wanted to point that article out. Again, it's in the Washington Post. Possible tie between the Tulsa Race Massacre and the Oregon coast. Crazy to think about.